right? The next concept is group by, right? So what group by will do, this will do grouping based on a certain condition, right? So let us take an query example, right? What I want to know is, we have department IT, we have department HR, we have department sales, right? What I want to do is count number of employees for each department, right? That is my task. So what I can do, of course, I'll do select star from employees minimum, right? From here, if you see, I have department, right? Now, if you do count, right, what this will do, this will count total number of employees in the table, right? But what I want is count for each department, right? So what I can do is, I'll say group by department, and here what I can do, I'll write department. That means give me department as well as count of each department from employees, group them by department. That means now if I run this one, you can see here IT has 6 people, HR have 4 people, finance have 5 people, and like so on. So what I have achieved here, this is a group by statement. Group by statement, what this will do, this will group all the rows based on this department, right? And we have to add this department in the select list, and this will work only with aggregate functions, right? Now this count is an aggregate function. Now since I have started talking about aggregate function, the next topic that we will look is aggregate functions and see what more things we can do with group by and aggregate function, right? So we will start with aggregate functions, right? So what I have done, I have dropped the employees table so that we can again start from scratch, right? I have this table definition, right? I will execute this one, and I have some dummy data that I will run, right? So it has inserted all the data, right? Now on this we will start learning aggregate functions, right? So first aggregate function is count, right? So we have already seen that one. So what I can say, select count of star from employees, right? So we will get total number of count, right? Very simple, right? Now there is another method called as sum. Of course, sum will not take star. What this will do, it will take a column in which we have some integer value or decimal values, right? So what I can say, sum of salary, right? Now if I run this one, I'll get total sum of the salary of all the employees. So this is sum. Now can I use sum and group by? Because in group by I said we have to use it with aggregate function, right? Now what I can do, group by department, and here I'll say department. Here we have to mention whatever column we are doing group by, that we have to add it in the select list, otherwise it will give error, right? So department and sum of salary, group by department. So what this will do, this will group by department, and for each department it will count the sum of the salary, right? So if I run this one, what it did, IT, what is the sum? This much is the sum of all employees from IT department. This much is sum of all salary from sales department, right? And like this, right? Now we have a function called avg, which means average, right? Now if I run this one, what this will do, it will find out the average. That means total number of people, means their salary addition divided by the total count. That's what average is, right? So this will do average of salary for each department grouped. That means for each individual department, this will count the average salary, right? If I remove this one, what will happen? And of course I have to remove this one. So this will give me average of all employees across the table irrespective of department, right? So I'll bring back the department, right? Now it will give me data department wise, right? Now in the same line we have min. That means minimum salary of each department, right? That is some value for IT department. 60,000 is the minimum salary someone is getting. And if we have min, we would have max, of course, right? So I'll run this one. This will give me max. So now the next is group concat. So what this will do, now I have department, right? And I have the max salary. Now what I want is, I want a list of all employees in each department, right? So what I will do, right? I'll say group concat. Group concat what? Group concat employee name, right? So what this will do, filter it by department, and for each department it will give me comma separate value of each employees, right? So if you see here, right, there is a comma separated value for each employee who belong to finance department. For HR department, for IT department, this is list of all people, right? Now here, can I do this order by? We have learned order by before, right? But I can say order by department. So what this will do, it will try to arrange this department based on the alphanumeric sorting method, right? So if I run this one, let us see. So FHIMS, it sorted, right? So if I don't specify anything, it will be ascending. If I have to mark it as descending, I have to completely specify it as descending. So it will do the reverse sorting. Right now, sales scheme, marketing, IT, HR, finance. So I just showed you how we can use multiple conditions like this, right? Right. So the next concept is having clause. Now, what is a having clause? So we already have studied where condition, right? Where condition, based on some column, we'll filter it with a where condition, where it is something equals to, or it is greater than, or it is less than, and like that. When it comes to aggregate functions, we cannot use where condition. We have to use having condition, right? So let us see with an example how we will use having. So what I will do, department, and I will back to count, right? Count a star, and I can remove this one order by. So what this will do, this we have already seen. It will give me count for each department, right? Now the condition is filter out all department in which we have minimum 4 employees, right? 4 or more. So here what I will use, having, instead of where, I will use having. Having what I can do is this count, I'll give it as an alias as emp count, right? Then what I will do, having emp count greater than equal to 4. So what this will do, now I have department and their count, right? Now I want to filter out all department in which count is less than 4, right? So now if I run this one, what happened? 5, 4, 4 and 4, right? So based on this count, or based on this aggregate function, we have to use having condition, right? Where will not work here. So where, if I say where employee count is greater than equal to 4, right? This will throw syntax error, right? Where we cannot use on output of aggregate functions. This is a very important interview question. Okay, having, right? Now we'll take one more example. We'll say average of salary, right? What I will do for now, let me remove the having condition, right? We have average salary, right? What I can do is average salary is more than 1 lakh, right? So what I can do is having, okay, and what I will do is, if I'll change the alias name, avg salary, having avg salary greater than greater than, what I can say, let me say 85,000, right? I'll say 85,000, right? So this two should be filtered out, and I should have only HR, marketing, and finance, right? So I'll run this one, HR, marketing, and finance. That means having, first what I did, select department, average salary from employees, group by department, having average salary of more than 85,000, right? That's how I can calculate average salary for each department with a filtering condition, right? So that's all about having condition. Just like where condition, you can use having with all those condition, like greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, not equals to, right? So that's the basic of having condition. If you want to filter out based on aggregate function, you have to use having condition, right?